Alright, so I'm going to be showing y'all how to change a tire on Honda Silverwing maxi scooter. First, it's pretty self-explanatory. You take your exhaust pipe off. That simple stuff I shouldn't have to show, but basically it'll just be a 12mm here and whatever size nut on the back, and you slide your muffler off, and after you do that, you take this cover off right here. It'll be sitting right here. It'll have a, I don't know, like a 5mm Allen key. Then you pop the cover off, and there's two 17mm, bolts here that retain the swing arm onto the motorcycle. And so I haven't got around to taking that one off yet, but yeah, you pop these. Actually, are they 17s or are they 12s? They're like 12mm. It doesn't matter. All right, so the air compressor is being rude right now. Basically, after you take your exhaust pipe off, you want to take your caliper bolts off for this caliper, and you want to set this back. If it's not already loose enough to take off, this one, the brake wasn't adjusted that well, so it pops off. And then you take a 14mm to your suspension. You crack this bolt off. It shouldn't be too hard to come off. I mean, unless you ride in the rust, the rain, you get rust on it. So you pop this bolt out. Make sure you don't lose this, because you can't just replace this with a regular screw. I mean, you could, but you want to keep your stock stuff just so you know it can hold the weight. Keep all your screws contained. Alright, so after the suspension is off, you take a 27mm into here and get these two cracked off. And then we take the brake caliper off back here. And the whole swing arm will come off, and you can take your tire off. Alright. So you crack these loose. These shouldn't be a pain to come off. If they are, you can use a screwdriver and spread the pads apart. It doesn't look like we don't have to do it with this one. So yeah, you want to keep all your bolts in check. Same thing for the other brakes. You just want to keep them separate but together. And then we just pull the brake caliper off. You want to kind of let it rest on something if you can. It's best to let it rest on something instead of just stress out the line. But if you're just working for a second just to get this stuff off, it's not bad. So basically, we're just gonna let it hang. But you get your impact, put it on here, take these bolts out. It's not that hard to do. Once you get these ones out, then you grab your big old 27mm. And all that said and done, just pop the swing arm off. But you don't want to let this hang. You take your wheel off. Also, there's a big spacer. Don't lose this. Probably crash. But yeah, you just pull the wheel right off. Just set it up like that. The wheel is off. It's time for you to do your tires. So you break both sides of your bead breaker. So you basically do it the low profile way, whatever, grab it from the outside of the rim. And it's just like a regular tire change. Basically, you just push your little. Since there's no TPMS sensor, since it's a bike, you don't really have to worry about where the valve stem is. But I do it out of good habit. So now, you got the old tire off. Yeah, that was pretty harsh. And we're gonna push this one on. Basically, you get it in the drop center. Push on, you can push them on by hand. Typical tire installation, put the shoe bill under, duckbill. Locks on pretty easy. This one actually has a balance stop. For the rear tire, it doesn't have to be perfectly balanced, but you want to get it as close as possible anyway. So you don't want high and low spots, none of that shit. Just trying to have maximum life out your tread. Alright y'all, so basically, after you get your tire on, changing the tire is easy. You just put the little shoe bill thing here, and you basically push this side in to get that side looser. So you got to use a drop center. See where the rim goes deeper in. It's just tire change theory. Once you understand it, you basically change any tire. But yeah. And you do everything in reverse. And at the end, make sure you torque down the axle nut to anywhere between 80 to 100 foot-pounds. And that's basically it. That's how you change the tire on the Honda Silverwing. Alright, put your pipe on, y'all be ready to go. Step on the Silverwing. Alright, so that's how you change the tire on one of these bikes. This Honda Silverwing. It's all done.